Hello, everyone. How is it going, guys? Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here, and also there is an echo going on. Can you guys hear me okay now? I know what I did. I made a mistake. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, okay. Let's see if I can fix this. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see if we can. Hello, hello, hello. I think we're okay. All right, so welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you guys could join me today. This is our last event of 2025. Can you guys believe it? This is our 276th episode. It's crazy, right? So welcome everyone. And in this episode, we're going to do the cutest cookies of the season. You know, the cute little mug hugger cookies. I'm gonna do a classic gingerbread house. I don't know if you guys made those cookies before. Let me know in the comment section. Okay. So from the get go, last event, and I had to have a technical difficulty. I know what happened, and I apologize. I had to cancel streaming to Instagram because we were echoing. I didn't mute the site. So who is here today? Hello, hello. Hi, Byron. Nice to see you. Oh, let's see. I need to do this. I forgot to put the comments in there. All right. And who is here? Hello, Junior. Hello, hello. Hi, Heather. Chilly but lovely Chattanooga. Nice to hear that. Hi, Charlie. Nice to see you. Oh, it's snowing where you are. Hi, Sally. Hello. Is this Judy or Kathy? I always get your names mixed up. Sorry. Hello, Karen. Nice to see you. Thank you for the pictures. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get them in the StreamYard. So I will share them next time. Yes, there is no Facebook. There is no Facebook. There is still Facebook, though, guys. There's no live stream on Facebook, unfortunately, today. Oh, you have tried hug muggers in the past. Oh, they wouldn't hug the mugs. Oh, I think it can happen. I don't think it's a problem with the cookie. I think let's blame it on the mug, okay? Because I think the shape of a mug can be kind of sometimes make trouble. Thank you, Sally. Okay, you can hear me. I was hearing echo. I was echoing here in my studio, so I'm glad that you could hear me. It was little. I was little. It was little. It was a scary moment. Let's just say that. Before we get started, I also wanted to make a little announcement. I'm running a sale. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm running a sale. Oh, and I need to also get this comment. All right, where is it? Here we go. I'm a little unorganized. So this sale I'm running is for the Christmas royal icing transfers. Those are actually 50% off. And also I'm running a sale on my newly published ebook. I'm gonna put a link into the comment section in a second. Those of you who are subscribed to the newsletter, you probably have received. I have another sale that I'm running on a coffee. I think it's sale 30 and you get 30% off anything in the coffee shop. So here we go. Okay, yes. So it's in the comment section, holiday sale. I'm starting a new digital shop, so I only have a couple of products in there. So thank you so much for your support. And let's see who is here today. Mug huggers. Why mug huggers feels like a really bad. Hey, this is Jeremy, isn't it? Okay, Jeremy is back. Welcome. Well, you are in time because this is our last event of 2025. We're going to be back in 2026, early January. Oh, I start calling my kids huggers. Oh, I like that. Very, very cute. All right. As a reminder, I also released a newsletter. In this newsletter, you can find all the tools you need for this project. However, I wasn't able to find the exact cutter that I used, and I'll show you the cutter that I used. But you can find similar mini cutters that will work for this project. And along with the cutter, I also share the recipes, and you can also see the link to the sale that I just talked about. And the recipes you can use for this project are pretty much any cutout recipe will work, unless it's super soft, then I would probably stay away from it. But I used my honey cookie recipe. It's a mild gingerbread that pairs really nicely with tea, coffee, and I just love that recipe because it's not as robust as classic gingerbread. It doesn't have molasses, and it's favorite with the kids also. And you can eat ton of cookies. So let me take this off. And I'm going to show you how I prepared the cookies first because I wanted to. Oh, here are the transfers. You can use the transfer sheets that I'm offering 50% off. And you can use, there are 17 different designs in this bundle. So 17 designs, and I think it's for $7, I think. It's running 50% off. So they look something like this, and they're great for cookie decorating. You can also, I think I'm including also JPEG, so you can make them smaller or bigger depending on the project you are needing these for. Okay, there. And here we go. So let's start with the dough. So like I said, I used I forgot. Oh, here's the cutter. So this is the cutter I used. I think the brand, it's called Friends something. I don't remember exactly, but they make other cutters. I have other cutters from them. I have a giant ugly sweater cutter with a little embosser. And maybe some of you have this cutter as well. It comes with an opening on one end, one front, but the opening I find it's rather small. So what I did, I used the small geometrical cutter here and I trimmed that opening a little bit, and then I made another opening on the other half, on the other front or back, whatever you want to call it. So you have two fronts with a pretty deep cut in there, so you can then nest it on the rim of your mug easily. Okay, I always recommend getting these mini geometrical cutters. They are, I think they're from Atico, if I'm not mistaken. I have them listed in my Amazon shop, so if you ever need to look for those, just Google Haniela's Amazon, and there are different categories. So if you look in my favorite cutout cookie cutters, you will find it there. And then to remove the bits, you use a toothpick or something like that to remove that little piece of dough. And same with this one. And then you can bake these until they are golden brown. With this particular recipe, this is a honey cookie recipe. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a mild gingerbread recipe, but because there's baking soda, so the cookies will puff up slightly. They will be slightly kind of like round at the top. This is the characteristic look. The reason why they are shiny is because right after they are baked, I brush them with egg wash. And when you're doing that step, if you decide to use this recipe, brush them without dripping. You know, you don't want to like add like ton of egg wash on there, because then you'll have a cookie with scrambled egg underneath. So just be kind of mindful of that when you're making these. All right, let's see what's in the comments. Hello, Mary. Hello, Colleen, Long Beach. Oh my goodness, you're baking a 3-tier cake for about 100 people. Oh wow, that's a lot of work. Good luck with that. Yes, it's all in one. I like that cutter because for me, you know, I know myself, I would lose all the pieces. So this way it takes it's like glued together. So it works really well. But you can find, like I said, you can find similar size cutters that are going to work. Hi, June. Nice to see you here. All right. So I think we can get ahead. I also wanted to show you the transfers that we're going to be making today. And these are pretty classic. Everybody probably is familiar with this royal icing transfer, holly leaves with cute little berries. Here's another look so you can see how small these are. And these work really great on anything holiday related because they just, they just work. You can see that I didn't use red. Instead, I used claret food coloring to make this deep pink. I like that very much. And then I paired it with pink ribbon. I packaged these like this. So these are individually packaged and these will be gifted later this week. And you can see here, here, I have a better picture where you can see them, how they sit on the mug. All right. So let me show you how to make holly leaves first. So let's focus on that video. Let me bring this to the stage. I'm going to create a little pouch with royal icing. And what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna pipe it on a food wrap. And you can see my icing is thick consistency. It shouldn't be overly thick, but it should be thick enough so it's going to support the kind of the texture or the look of the holly leaf. So I'm using two colors. You don't have to use two colors. I really like the two-tone here. It just adds a really nice detail. And I'm not using leaf green. This is actually, you can make this, I think it's called Wilton, is it juniper or something like that? I can't remember exactly, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think you can make this color by using leaf green and add either a little bit of black or brown to mute it down. And you can see I've got two colors and a clear kind of like a border. So what we're going to do, we are going to put this into a tipless piping bag, and we're going to cut a V-shaped opening on our tipless piping bag. But before we do that, I want you to focus on the positioning, how you're going to align your pouch, because we have two colors. So I want you to align it so the border between two colors, it's in the middle where the seam is. So turn it like that, find the seam, and then place it so it's somewhat aligned with that seam. Okay? And then we can make an opening. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a full video of how I made the opening, but I do have a little collage that I can show you. What I like to do, I like to cut it first straight across, and then I cut a V shape. But let me show you how I do that. And then I'm just going to squeeze it until I see both colors coming out, although it's not necessary. You can do it right away, but I like the two-tone. All right, so let me remove this, and then I'm going to find this little, oh, here it is. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but in the, is it the third image? You can see me cutting straight across, and then I've got kind of like a large opening formed, and then I'm using the points of that cut to start the V shape, and then we have a classic like a leaf tip. But this is a small leaf tip. If you were to use, you could use small leaf tips. I don't remember now the numbers, but classic is 352, but I find that too big. So unless you have a PME leaf tip, they come in a variety of different sizes. You can use those, but this version also works when you cut the piping tip. Okay, I see there's a lot of comments coming in. Well, that's great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's all that matters. Yes, yes, we are doing that. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Sally. I actually lost one of these pieces. I don't know, but it works because I felt like they were a little heavy. Oh, you're working on 60 cookies, 60 boxes, not 60, 60 boxes. Wow, that's amazing. Jeremy also makes a lot of cookie boxes for his coworkers and his friends and everybody around. So that's fantastic. Lots of work and lots of cookie dough. All right, so the next video, we're going to make those holly leaves. So remember, we made the pouch, and now I'm ready to make the holly leaves. This is the template that is available in that Christmas Royal Icing Transfer bundle that is on sale. Link is in the comments and also in the description if you're watching a replay. So I'm gonna get a closer look so you can see better. But basically what I'm doing here, I'm tucking that end under a little bit, and then we're going down and up, some kind of like this motion, like a zigzag, but vertically. So let's do this again. Tuck it under. And very important is the consistency of your icing. If your icing is too runny, it's not going to support the weight of that loop. So you're just going to end up with flat design. So make sure that your icing is thick enough so it can support this. It shouldn't be overly stiff that you are having a hard time squeezing the bag and nothing is coming out. I'm not really waiting for the sections for the leaves to dry or crust. I'm doing them right after. So you can do the whole sheet, do the right side, and then do the left side. You might need to turn it. I also have my sheet on a plexiglass. Oh, here it is. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's just a surface like this. It's very thin. You can get these also thicker, and it helps because I can tape it on there and I can easily lift it up. Obviously, you don't want to move your transfers too much while they're drying. With the thick consistency icing, it's not as crucial. But if you're working with like runnier icing, you may end up having hairline cracks in your icing. And now we're gonna add the berries in steps. So I'm adding the first berry, and my icing for the berries is about, I'd say, 25-second consistency. There's a slight peak, so I'm just gonna flatten it with the tip of the scribe. And then I'm going to, by the time I'm done with the whole sheet, the first berry is kind of crusted, so I can add the second berry next to it. Why am I doing that this way? I want to make sure that I have nice definition. You could also do the berries separately if you wanted to do that, and then that way you can just pop them on there right away. But in this case, I didn't do that separately, so we can start adding the second berry. And then we're going to add the third berry. You could also add M&Ms. I think that would also work. If you have mini M&M, you could just pop it on there. For this size, I think one would probably suffice because these are fairly small. I don't have them here with me. I already put them away in my container where I store all the transfers. But these, if you make these this year and you take care of them, they will last you for pretty much indefinitely, unless you, I don't know, expose them to moisture. One thing I find that over the years, they tend to kind of lose the vibrant color, especially if they are kind of exposed to light and direct sunlight. So once these are dry, you can easily remove them. They will be almost falling from the acetate. You can see I'm not really doing much work. They're just getting dislodged without me doing anything. Red Hots would also work. Yes, I think so. Those are the cinnamon ones, right? I think right. I think they are the cinnamon ones. So Jeremy has a plan. He wants to do 2 sugar cookies, star entry, 2 chocolate chip, 3, 4 almond spreads, 2 chocolate covered Oreos. Whoa! 600, 700 cookies or so. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm sure everybody's going to love it. All right. So once you get these holly leaves made. You can use these to decorate the houses. And now we are ready to make the houses. You can also make other decorations. You could make holly, not holly, poinsettia flowers. Those look really nice on these mug hugger cookies as well. All right, let me remove this screen and we can get ahead and get started with the houses. So these are my cookies. I'm just gonna grab. We need 6 cookies, 2 roof panels, 2 front and back, and also side panels. For this step, for the glue, I ended up using brown. Like I actually used cocoa powder to flavor my icing. You don't have to use chocolate brown icing. You could use white, but I decided to do it this way. I'm using thick consistency icing, but not again not too thick. If it's too thick, then it's not going to create a strong bond between the panels. It's just going to dry and then it falls off. It's not going to penetrate the cookie. So make sure that the icing is correct consistency. It shouldn't be too runny, but not stiff that you can squeeze it out of the bag or you're having a really hard time squeezing it out. And these are fairly small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the base of, I'm going to do all the bases at once. And then I'm going to wait maybe 10 minutes and then I'll add the roof just so it's somewhat crusted. So it's not going to fall apart. So wait about, like I said, 10 minutes or so, and then you can add the roof. With this particular cutter, shapes are quite snugly. So there is not a lot of it's not overlapping the front. So that's why I'm piping icing on the edge because it fits just perfectly on the top. It's not going to overlap at all. Yes, I couldn't agree more with this statement. That is my favorite part of the season, I think, making, or even if we bake together with friends and family, I just love it so much. And now this is optional. You can decorate the roof with a traditional scalloped edge design. Or what you could do, you could also decorate these as you have them flat. You could use a simple stencil and just stencil all of them. That would also work. Or you could decorate them all with icing. You could use flat icing and decorate them. I really like the white on brown. So I decided to do it this way. And icing for the roof, I have to say, it's runny. It's not a medium consistency. It's actually runny icing, and you can get it done very quickly with that consistency. I would say like a 20-second consistency around there, or maybe even slightly runnier. And that way you can get it done very quickly because there is room for mistake. If you're using piping consistency, if you make a slightest movement with your hand and it's off. But with this icing, even if your hand is slightly shaking, it just smooths out and it's gonna look just fine. All right, so this is the video we did how to, okay. All right, folks, I'm so excited that you guys are here and I nearly forgot to share with you. We are going to have a little icing break. So Sally sent me some cute little decorations she made, and I wanted to show you so you guys can get inspired. Sally is a regular here in the live stream in the comment section, and also you've seen Sally's work many times because she sends me pictures. I also encourage you to send me pictures of your cookies. I would love to share them with the world. Sally donates her work, her cookies to local charities. And look at these. I love the Dalmatians. Oh, these are so precious. And I was curious, maybe you can tell us about the packaging, because I assume you have some sort of a machine that packages your cookies. Beautiful reef. So lots of inspiration from Sally, guys. I'm giving. Oh, I see. Yes, yes, I agree. I totally agree. You need to, yes, I think that makes for the best cookie, right? I was thinking of getting a coffee mug, but I would have to get like 20 coffee mugs. That would be quite a lot. Okay, so these are heat sealed with a heat gun and shrink wrap bags. I get, oh, that's so clever. I was wondering how you were packaging them. That is so clever. I love that. Guys, also those of you who are looking for a recipe for royal icing, if you are just in need of a small batch, you're making little bit of icing, if you need just a little bit of icing, I do have a recipe for small batch on the blog. Let me grab a link because that, let's see. Actually, I think I don't have a link here, but you can, let's see. Oh, here. Here's the recipe. So you can check it out there on the blog. And okay, let's see if I can. All right, here we go. Oh, why am I not seeing their comments? Um. Oh, I know why. Because Sally has joined now, guys. I'm able to stream on YouTube in two formats. One is vertical and one is horizontal. Classic YouTube landscape format. So I think Sally is joined on the mobile version of the live stream. That's why you cannot see. Okay. All right. So let's focus on the next step, and that is the house details. So now I wanted to steal the edge between the roof panels, that little gap, And so I'm just using, this is about 20-second consistency, I think around there. And I'm doing very quick beaded border without a piping tip. You can use a piping tip. You could also dip the whole thing in sanding sugar if you wanted to avoid beaded border. And then you have to repeat that on the other side. So basically what I'm doing is I'm piping a large dot and then slowly releasing the bag and moving it forward and then repeat. And then all we have to do is attach those cute little holly leaves we made earlier. Perhaps you have some real-life transfers from last year. You could also use those and just pop them on the front or the roof. It's really up to you. And there. Thank you, Judy. And now let me remove this. And so this is a coffee mug from IKEA, actually. I've had this for years. I wish they didn't discontinue this line because we had a really nice mug from this line and I broke it. It was my husband's favorite. This was a few years ago and I think he's still heartbroken over it. I wish they didn't discontinue. This was such a nice line of mugs they had. And obviously you would fill it with a drink, or you could even make the gift extra special and make a homemade cocoa mix, chocolate mix. I have a really nice recipe on the blog how to do a chocolate mix, hot chocolate. Hot chocolate mix. All right, so that's exciting. So we just finished our last live stream of 2025, guys. It's crazy to think that 2025 is nearly gone, and I'm so excited to welcome 2026. And also wanted to thank you for joining me every week and now every other week this year. Oh, yes, you do. You avoid. But this is a really forgiving design, Jeremy. I think you can get away with little boo boos, or you could use a star tip. It's perfectly fine. But I think you will have your hands filled with 700 cookies. Wow, amazing. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I wanted to also take the opportunity, because this is our last time seeing each other this year. We wish you happy holiday season. Stay healthy, stay positive, and happy New Year. And I will see you 2026, early January. Look out for an email for a reminder about the live stream. I will send it out before the live stream goes, before we go live. So I'm not sure. I think beginning. I don't know. I don't have a calendar yet. I haven't made the schedule yet, but I think it will be second week of January. Okay, so we will see each other in about a month, I think. So 4 weeks from now. You have a great holiday season, folks. Enjoy your bakes. Spend time with family. Unplug from social media so you can recharge. And I will see you next year, guys. Bye.